Cosatu staging a nationwide protest today to mark World Day for Decent Work in Gauteng. Workers will hand over a memorandum of demands, and some of the entities, of course, that will be approached include Eskom, Massmart, as well as various government departments. Our senior reporter, that's Aviwe Mtila, is on the story, joining us this morning to give us the heads up. Aviwe, good morning to you, colleague. What can you tell us about this Cosatu protest today?
Well, it is, of course, Tumelo, in regard to the International Day of Decent Work, where the workers are at the fore of this day internationally. The protest here, well, the march is supposed to start at 9 o'clock, commencing here at Cosatu House, then moving on to Eskom and the CBD, as well as Game. Those are the two targeted entities by Cosatu, as they say that they want the voices of the workers to be heard here. In fact, I've been having casual conversations with some of the people as they make their way to work, and maybe 75% of them, just a rough estimate, aren't really happy with where they work. The one complaint is the long hours that they work. Some of them saying that they go in at 8 o'clock, coming out at around 7 p.m. So they're saying that the time that they're supposed to work, that normal 8 hours, is disregarded by the employer, and it's not taken seriously. Another issue that came up here is just around some of them not being permanent. Some of them have been working for 7 to 8 years and they're still on contract. They're saying that within the first 3 months is when they were supposed to be permanent. That still hasn't happened. So some of the grievances that you get on the ground, of course, not wanting to speak on the record in fear of losing their jobs. You can even imagine the job difficulty that we have in just getting a job. So as much as they're grateful to have their jobs, they seem not to be quite satisfied and happy with their working conditions.
And with that being said, let's name some of the companies. I mentioned Massmart as one of them that will be approached, handed over a memorandum of demands, I suppose. This also not looking good for government departments, because they too should expect that memorandum as government.
Yes, the two companies that will be targeted by the Johannesburg Cosatu march are Eskom. Of course, a lot of us have grievances with Eskom at the current moment with the ongoing load-shedding space, but this time around, it is around the working conditions. We'll show that will be unpacked in the memorandum, as Cosatu will detail exactly what their gripe is with Eskom. Also, Game is one of those targeted entities by Cosatu here. As it says, it'll be marching on. But you remember, the decent work, the International Day itself, looks at issues such as the UIF, the protection of the employees when it comes to that. Also mentioning that in the labor laws, foreign nationals are also supposed to be catered for and granted the UIFs. Another issue, of course, is around the minimum wage, stipulating there in the labor laws that it's supposed to be 23 Rand 19 cents per hour, the minimum wage nationally, that every employee is supposed to be granted. So we'll hear exactly what the grievances towards those two companies will be when the workers here will be descending at 9 o'clock, and then we'll be marching then to Eskom and the Johannesburg CBD, as well as to Game.